What's up, good people? This is Dr. Mary Christopher Pugh. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long, man. I just wanted to just reach out to everybody and just I had posted something the other day on Facebook, and I had a couple of conversations with some people on the phone because they reached out to me to to tell me exactly how that post made them feel. So the post that I posted the other day was don't confuse being still with being stagnant, and I wanted to clarify some things that people might have taken away from that post. So, first of all, hopefully everybody's doing okay. I want to send this out with the intentions of providing clarity and providing some type of peace and some serenity in your life. All right. So, the first thing I want to tell everybody there's a huge difference between being still and being stagnant. Um, Being still has some characteristics I want to share with you. Now, this is not the end all be all of everything, but this is something that you want to consider. All right. Because some of us think we're stagnant when we're just being still. And some of us think we're being still when we're actually being stagnant. And I want to draw a line in between both of them to add some clarity to it so you won't either beat yourself up when you're not supposed to or giving yourself false congratulations as well. So here we go. Being still. What do we mean by being still? All right. When you think about someone who's being still, I want y'all to start thinking about someone who is purposely and intentionally not moving for a benefit, for an opportunity, or just to observe. So I'm gonna give you an example. Being still has a lot to do with positioning. Sometimes we are either meditating or praying or asking for another opportunity or specific opportunities. And sometimes we end up doing too much when we're not patient. So sometimes being still is also being patient, being observant, being trusting, especially not only of your situation, but trusting yourself as well. So being still is extremely strategic. It's about positioning. Also, too, being still, I want y'all to think of a scenario. Some of the people who are very focused and very attentive on a moving target, guess what they're doing? They're being still. A lot of us are in a position in our lives where we did a lot of moving and shaking. We were very, very busy, but a lot of us were not taking care of a lot of business because we were physically busy, but we were stagnant professionally, personally, emotionally, spiritually. But to the outside world, we look like we were taking care of so many different things. So I want y'all to understand that just because you're busy doesn't mean you're not stagnant. Some of us are busy running in circles. So I want you to I'll give you another scenario. Have you ever seen somebody like, I'm in Atlanta, they race cars a lot, right? On the highway, but they also have car shows where some people would get in the middle on bikes and all of that. They would get in the middle and press the brake and the gas at the same time and spin around in circles, blowing smoke, but they're not going anywhere, but they're just going in circles, but everybody's applauding them, right? So I want y'all to think about something. I want you to ask yourself, with what you're doing, are you mashing the gas, spinning out, making a lot of noise, spinning around in circles, and blowing a lot of smoke, and people are surrounding you clapping? But deep down inside, you know the brake is on too, and you're not making any progress. But you're getting a lot of applause, but you're not making a lot of progress. That is being stagnant. And one thing that is confusing about being stagnant is a lot of us do a lot of moving when we're stagnant. And sometimes being still can take us farther when we're still and literally trying to position ourselves to have a higher trajectory or to take off, I would say. Look at the spaceship when it's about to take off to go to outer space. It's very, very still. It's not going around. It's pointed in one direction, it's in one spot this whole time. But when it's time to go into outer space, that's when it has liftoff. But before it had liftoff, it can't be moving. It had to stay still. However, it wasn't stagnant. It was just positioned until it was time to take off. So I want y'all to understand the difference between being stagnant and being still. When you're being still, you're preparing to take off. I want y'all to realize that when you're stagnant, you're just going around in circles, entertaining everyone and blowing smoke and not going anywhere. So I want y'all to really understand the difference between that. And I want to give you some characteristics about stagnant so it can help you understand where you may be, um, what you may be, I would say, paying attention to at this point. So, stagnant. Do you feel blocked? Do you feel like you're not making any progression? Do you feel distracted? Do you feel busy, but you don't even know what you're doing? You feel like you're always busy doing something, but yet you feel like you're not accomplishing anything. And that's one of the characteristics of being stagnant. You're extremely busy, you're doing a lot, you're completing a lot of things, but you're not accomplishing anything. So if you had a whole bunch of completion and no accomplishments, that's a sign of being stagnant. Confusion. I had an OG of mine tell me not too long ago that the presence of confusion is always the absence of clarity. The presence of confusion is the absence of clarity. And also this too. Anytime when someone is confused, is confirming that someone is being taken advantage of. I'm gonna repeat that. Anytime there's a presence of confusion, there is the presence of someone being taken advantage of. So guess what? If you're confused but you're busy, that means someone is benefiting off you not even progressing in your own life. I want y'all to understand that. And last but not least, stagnant is the absence of growth. And stagnant is the presence of death. You can still be alive physically, but you can be dead emotionally, personally, professionally, and spiritually. You can be alive in your body, but you're being so stagnant that you're not even growing. So I want y'all to think about this last, I would say this last scenario. You really look at the difference between a waterfall and a swamp. All right. A waterfall has current flow. It may be, it may not be a wave or anything like that. It may be still, but it's still flowing, right? All right. And the waterfall, you see a lot of things going by. All right. It's filtering out certain things and it's never ever stagnant. And when you see a waterfall, it's a huge possibility you're more able to drink out of a waterfall than you are still water, like a swamp, right? And when you're dealing with swamp, there's no movement, all the trash, all the debris, all the things that can hurt you, all the things that don't benefit you, you can still hold on to it. And a lot of people feel swamped because there are a lot of things that they're not allowing to flow. They're stagnant, but they're not necessarily being still enough so they can take off. All right. So this message was intended to add clarity to anybody who may be dealing with something specific. Didn't mean to confuse, but if you're seeing this video, leave a comment, leave a question. I'll interact with you or whatnot. But this is Dr. Mary Christopher Pugh, man, for Manhood Mindset. I'm going to start trying to do this a little bit more often. It's about 10 minutes a day. I don't want to give you a whole long, drawn-out video about a whole bunch of different things, but just based off what people talk to me about on a daily basis. And some people just call and say, hey, I'm dealing with this. You might want to talk about this on live. I'm going to start doing that a little bit more often. So I really appreciate the support. I appreciate y'all, your perseverance. And if you're looking at this video right now, if you're looking at this video live or recording, whatever tried to kill you failed. Okay? Whatever tried to kill you failed. Whatever tried to deter you from your goals or your aspirations, it didn't work. Some people say what didn't kill you made you stronger, but I'm gonna tell you this: you also made whatever tried to kill you weaker. I'm gonna say that again. What didn't kill you made you stronger, but the fact that it didn't kill you, it made them a little bit weaker. This is Dr. Marion Christopher Pugh. DM me. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Manhood Mindset. I do virtual mentoring, training, and coaching for people of all ages, children of all levels of academia, parents, teachers, people in the teaching field, people in any business arena, religion, whatever. It doesn't matter. I teach diversity in educational context at a major university. So if you need any assistance, or would you just like to chat and just shoot some ideas around just because you're trying to figure some things out, let's do a live together, or just reach out and let's chat, man. So But I appreciate all of y'all help, all of you who tuned in, and everybody who's looking at the video. I really am proud of each and every one of you. Make sure that you're reaching out to people that you randomly think about. You'll be surprised the people that pop up in your mind. They're popping up in your mind for a reason. You don't have to like them, but just reach out. You'll be surprised with that universal obedience will what type of doors it'll open in your life. All right. Dr. Marion Christopher Pugh, straight out the A. Love y'all. Peace.